I'm doing a live stream, so just please wait for a minute. I'm just going to. So I'm going to live stream it. And I'm just going to put it here. I'm doing a live stream, so just please wait for a minute. I'm just going to. So I'm going to live stream it. Just a second. I have to get rid of the live stream. So just please wait for a minute. I'm just going to. So this should be okay. Oops, where's my Zoom? Oh, can you hear me now? Everything is okay? I am recording now. Okay. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thanks for coming. Hopefully, I will add more people if they come in. Let me share my presentation and go quickly to the thing here. Kindly tell me if you can hear me properly and you can see the slides. The slide starts with, last generation. That's what I'm
Yes,
seeing.
yes. We can hear you and see the slides too.
Perfect. Thank you. So, honestly, what I believe is I've been just a few things about myself. I'm retired. For the last 5 years, I'm focusing only on studying and teaching Vedanta at my own level, whatever little I know. And I'm living in India. I just came here for a visit to California just for a couple of months now. What I am seeing is even during COVID, we lost number of scholars, Vedanta scholars, particularly in the Visistadvaita Vedanta area. Advaita Vedanta is well taken care of. They have thought about it for hundreds of years. And Dvaita Vedanta people have done phenomenally well. They have institutions which have lasted more than 6 or 7 decades, and they're training 20, 30 scholars every year. Actually, a small institution right near my home, they are actually taking in 300 students per year from small villages and wherever, right? And they give the parents of the those children's parents some extra money every month, like 5,000-10,000 rupees a month, and they take the children and train them for 13-14 years, make them into scholars, and send them out of 300, only 30 will survive over the 13-year period, and 30 scholars are created in Dvaita every year, and that is happening for last 10-15 years now or more. So in the Vishishtadvaita Vedanta area, I don't think we will survive. The way it looks is very negative. Number of scholars can be counted less than 5 people or 10 people max. They are good scholars. We have a number of scholars who can come and do upanyasams, wonderful lectures and things like that, or even they can engage large audiences with jokes and other things, and people get confused that is real Vishishtadvaita Vedanta. That's a very good start. I'm not against them. They're doing a phenomenal job worldwide, and they're attracting and they're spreading messages worldwide, irrespective of whether the audience is Vishishtadvaita or Advaita, Dvaita, it doesn't matter. They're doing great job. But what are we missing? That's what we're going to talk about. First of all, if you have to study something, in your technical degrees, you do a master's degree or a PhD. Doctors do a postdoc or MD or something like that. You require that kind of depth in philosophy too. Nobody is interested to go through all those 7 years or 8 years of required required knowledge gaining, required experience. People are just failing because they don't have jobs. How will they get money? There is no money here. Or we did not create an institution or a whole ecosystem which can give them money. For Dvaitins, they, as soon as they graduate, they will get married. Somebody will give them, the Swamijis will make sure that they get married, and they are given jobs to go teach or to serve the society or something, and it's very formal. Those kind of opportunities don't exist for Shiva Vaishnavas. And some people think that we have, oh, Madhurantakam institution is there, Seliyur institution is there, Padashalas are there, Veda Padashalas are there. Veda Padashalas are separate from Vedanta Padashalas. They're nothing to do with each other. Pretty much they're very, very separate. Veda Padashala will only teach you recitation of Vedas, Krama, Ghata, Jana, Ghana, all these patas are there. You to to understand, to continue the mantras and things like that. They will become priests one day, or they will serve in do Brahmotsavam for temples and things like that. But what about Vedanta people? And one may ask, why do we need Vedanta at all? We are surviving without Vedanta till now. Why need to have extra Vedanta studies and all those things? Everything seems to be okay. This is a general question people may ask. If Vedanta goes away, our whole system goes away. I can explain this to you. You can ask me more questions, but I can give you simple 2 or 3 points here. First of all, Vedanta is needed irrespective of how rich a person is, because money will not take care of diseases, money will not take care of mental ailments, hopelessness, stress, so many things money will not be able to take care of. So for all those things, you need Vedanta, a different training of the mind. So Vedanta is required by everybody. That's one thing. Second thing is, people may have an illusion that, okay, Shiva Vaishnava Siddhanta is superb. All we need to do is do some prapatti, do a prapatti under an acharya, and everything will be taken care of. Why should I study Vedanta when our acharya is going to give me prapatti and guarantee me that I will go to moksha after my death? Why do I need Vedanta? Okay, for those people who got prapatti with all the trust they have, they may be okay. They don't need to study Vedanta. Even that is wrong, because Rahasya Trayasara says, even after prapatti there is Uttara Kritya, and you have to constantly study so many books and Gadyas and other things, and enjoy the Alvar Pashrams and also the Vedanta to strengthen your trust and do your Uttara Kritya. So even there, people are wrong if they think that they don't need Vedanta after doing prapatti. But suppose for the next generation, suppose suppose the next generation asks you questions, tough questions. They may ask simple questions, right? Somebody did prapatti and they ended up having a very bad life after the prapatti. Such cases are there, plenty of them around. If you look around, such cases are there. They lost their jobs, they lost their marriages, they lost their homes, they lost children went away. A lot of things may happen. Then somebody may ask, oh, he did prapatti, and why did his life go so bad? If life becomes so bad after prapatti, why would he even get moksha after death? Questions may come up, right? I'm just mentioning 2 or 3 questions. I don't want to waste my time, waste your time at this point. I want to stress on the point that without knowledge, the next generation will ask questions as to what is prapatti, why prapatti, and all those things. In few generations, if all knowledge is lost, somebody say, what is moksha? Why do I need moksha? I need a good job, good life, fun, and that's about it. What is moksha? If people can't explain all these things very clearly, knowledge will die. There will be no Ramanuja Sampradaya left. That is for certain. So I want people to understand that the need is urgent. And every year, after the COVID particularly, we lost number of scholars. And you need at least one scholar for 100 people or 1,000 people, because you need that person to train and explain so many things to public. Today, if you look at Advaita, look at great people like Sarva Priyananda. Sarva Priyananda, he has a million hits on his YouTube videos. And he claims that the Ramanujacharya and Sri Bhashya has done the Saptavida Anupapatti, that is sevenfold logic against Advaita. And initially, that will shake the roots of Advaita. But if you go deep, Ramanujacharya sevenfold logic is not good at all. It is fake, it is not strong. It is full of errors. That's what he says. Essentially, he may not say exactly the way I said it, but his summary of a 1 hour video is Advaita is better, Visistadvaita is no good. People will follow him. Our own Sri Vaishnavas, I know that they are staunch bhaktas, staunch devotees of other sampradayas. Why? They have not found truth. They have not found reality. They have not found a real depth of Vishishtadvaita. That's the problem. Anyway, coming back here, entertainment and wonderful talk, jokes should not be mistaken for authentic discourse of deep philosophy. So we need deep philosophers in our system. Now, why did we start this Satyanveshana Trust? We thought that we somehow should keep this knowledge going to the next generation. And we initially thought that how do we do it? First of all, the topmost scholars should be protected. The topmost knowledge, now I cannot get back KS Varadachar, who taught me for 13 years. He was probably the topmost scholars in the last 100 years. Something like that. Uttamur Viragvacharya was there. Prativadi Bhayankaram Annangaracharya was there. There are so many other Nalayara Divya Prabandham experts who were there and who are no more now. Velukudi Varadachar. And in Bangalore, I'm forgetting, Bhuvarahachar. So many people were there. Nobody to follow now. How do you keep that? That means you need to have powerful institutional study. You should have exams, test their skills, send them to conferences, send them here and there, and question them and keep their knowledge alive. Right? That's the only way it can be done. Today, what is happening is everybody in India is going away somewhere, looking for better, monetary benefits, economy. All of us did it, right? All of us did. That's why we are here in America. Why would we be in America if we were, in a different strategy, if we had a different strategy in our life or a goal in our life? So everybody will look for economic betterment. So our own people are doing it, and they're going away from this agrahara. So that is agrahara to America. It's going away, right? And from America to agrahara, it will not happen. So we have to build agraharas from scratch. So what we are doing is just build gurukulas, because we cannot lose the most intelligent scholars taking away their knowledge to Vaikunta. We have to hold on to their knowledge before they leave for Vaikunta, right? So we are creating just a couple of gurukulas. We created one in Nepal with two people. Kindly, our K.E. Devanathan Swami said he will offer one person, Purushottamachar, in Nepal, who can teach two students there. We have a 7-year program for them. K.E. Devanathan Swami gave a 7-year coursework for them. They are now studying. We are supporting them. We gave them a computer. We gave them 2 computers. And things like that. They are now going further. We need to record all the information. That's very important, right? Similarly, we have done for like Tiruvahindapuram, Navalpakam Vasudeva Tatacharya is teaching right now, 4 students, 7-year program. So we need this trust to support all this, and all money will be spent only for the purposes of education and propagation of education. All of us are putting our own money to make this happen. So there is no loss of money. All funds will be used for the right purposes, and we can make all these things open. If you want to bring a accounting system which is completely transparent, you can do it. So we will help you, and we can make that happen. So we have to do this at this point, and this trust was formed 3 years ago. We have a trust in the US and in India, both non-profit. So we have already talked about this. We have to grow. Next year, luckily, K. Devanathan Swami has personally promised me that he will come full time next month after resigning or getting retirement from Tirupati. He's the vice chancellor of Tirupati University. So he's going to stop there and come and help us out, I think. He has promised. Hope Sriman Narayana and our acharyas will help us and make this happen. When he comes, probably he will try to bring in one or two more gurukulams, and he will assign some teachers, or he himself may start a gurukulam. So that will be very important. How do we support? We would like to have them some. We are not spending too much money, by the way, for all these people. Very, very reasonable amount of money we are spending to make this happen. Another problem is brain dump problem. There are a lot of other people like, Sangapuram Narayanacha sitting somewhere in Tirupati. There are so many other scholars who don't have the capability of, wherewithal to really go and have students and help them out. They're older people maybe or something like that. We need to get their knowledge and put them in a database and keep that alive for the next generations to come. This is one of the brain dump project which we are starting, but unfortunately we're not going further with it. We are only few people working. Ravina Saman Swami from the US, Lakshri, and myself, a couple of Mani Varadarajan here and there, and here in India, a couple of other people like that. So we have less number of people, so it's hard to get every project going properly. So the last and the final goal I want to, this is almost a future. Initially thought we would just do it. We want to start just like a Hindu university online or any university online. We want to start VRI, Vedanta Research Institute online, to support a global access to Vedantic education. Suppose your children are somewhere in Japan, doing an excellent job in some other technology or something like that. They want to take a course in Bhagavad Gita. Say it's a three-year course part-time. They should be able to take it. They should be able to get certification, testing, everything done. Just like how they do for any like online university. You have Coursera courses. You can take 2 or 3 courses in Coursera and get a certificate for that portion, right? And they're all supported by global universities. We just need one university for Visistadvaita Vedanta, which gives information and certification, exams, testing, and everything for almost any subject. It could be as simple as learning, um, Hayagriva Stotra and its meaning. That would be a simple course. So, but this should be tested. But people should be tested whether they know it or not and graded and things like that. And we want this online university globally. You might ask, who else is doing? You know this Swaminarayan Samstha, BAPS people? They have a wonderful online university. I know of my friend who has taken courses and he's teaching and things like that. He says there are 2,000 graduates who took Bhagavad Gita course from their Swaminarayan Trust institution. They started it about 78 years ago, the research institution. They have huge buildings in India and they have online presence everywhere in the world. Anybody who wants to study their system can take courses. So this is our goal actually. I was unable to even start this. We thought we will buy a MOOC. MOOC is this, organization which, like a software which will take care of all this online university stuff. It does everything, registration, that, this, everything it will do. And even coursework, course management, everything like that. We don't have that kind of money, or we don't have that many people who can do this. We need a lot of board members and managers who can go and say, okay, I'm going to search for this core, MOOC, and we'll get this money, we'll get funding, and then try to do this. And where are the teachers, right? Where are the teachers? Even if we have students, where are the teachers? So it's a hard problem. We will get there after a couple of years, maybe, the way it looks. Manuscript is another problem. There are a lot of Visistadvaita texts. I come from Ahobilamadam, and they say Shashti Prabandha Nirmata. They say there's a great person. The second Ige Shankar had 60. He wrote 60 books. Where are those 60 books? I want a copy of it. Where are they? I don't think I can find it. Even if somebody finds, oh, Swami, there is some, triplicate, there's one side a whole small home, somebody has kept a copy of it. Nobody knows where it is. So even printed manuscripts don't exist. Funny thing, our Padmanabha Acharya, Srikaryam of Ahaviramam told me a funny story. It seemed Ayagashankar went to Tiruvahindapuram recently, last 4 months back. And then there was a great man who came and said, we have 500 years of manuscripts in my home. Then Ayagashankar asked him, can I go visit it? I will help you photograph it or scan them and preserve them. Very good books, old writings. He refused. He said, we have never allowed anybody to see those manuscripts. We will not allow. It's private property. You cannot come in. You may be Swamiji, but you cannot come into my home and look at the manuscripts. Another thing happened. There is a place called Alvar Tirunagari. And so apparently there is a river nearby. Okay. And a person there had manuscripts for the last 800 years or something. Powerful manuscripts. And this person was asked, what would you do with the manuscripts? We cannot give, this is private property. What if my great grandfather had written a will or something in that manuscript and left it there? I don't want to share, open up this manuscript to anybody. Then they put pressure on him, got local politicians to go and say they need to share this manuscript so that we can digitize it. It seems that the next day he took those manuscripts and threw it in the floods of the river nearby in Alvar Tirunagari. He said, the reason is I don't want to share my manuscripts with anybody. And I don't care if it is lost. I don't have time or time to look at it. I don't have space in my home. It's a mess. So I would rather get rid of it. He threw it. This is happening day in and day out. And we need to protect the manuscripts. Somebody asked this question, why do I need manuscripts? I have printed books, even that I'm not reading. Why do I need manuscripts? There are very fundamental issues. There are statements written by different acharyas. For example, there is a statement, bhedava, abhedava, dvayatmakatava, Ramanuja.org statement. In this, there is a footnote from Sudarshana Suri in his this one. One footnote says Bheda. Another footnote says Abheda. Which one is the right version? One, it seems, the manuscript according to somewhere in Tiruvahindapuram somewhere. This manuscript is from somewhere. In Shankara Bhashyas and people, they keep 7 or 10 manuscripts all over the place in India. They check and verify what he told. If we are really truly Ramanuja Bhaktas and all the Bhaktas of all these great people, we would treasure their exact words. What did they say? Oh, they didn't say this. They didn't. We need the true aspect. Just printing books but with some view or something is not good. That is not good, true knowledge. So manuscriptology is very important. We are not doing it. We are trying to do it. Believe me, I am working with Melkote Manuscripts division there. It's a very big pain. They just don't, they're not helping out at this point. So our goal is very clear. We want a real live university, at least some gurukulams, some universities, and network of scholars in future. We need Sri Vaishnava knowledge very clear. If some Advaiti asks a question, we should have the knowledge to answer. And why do I need? At least some of us need, right? Not everybody may need. You may have your own company, you're very busy, you can't deal with it. It's not personal. We talk about community. In your community, in our community, if somebody wants to study this, do you need this or not? And as a human being in a community, as a member of this community, we need to think about the interests of the community, not just personal. Why did this all start? Long time back, about in 2005, I met KS Swami. He was sitting in Mysore with 30 advanced students, and believe it or not, people from Nepal and different parts, Ahmedabad, there's different parts of India. They came and sat down and studied under him. They had only one room to study, one small kitchen, water facilities and all. They were cooking their own food. and studying 24 hours pretty much from morning to night. Not 24 hours, maybe, less than 24 hours, maybe 17, 18 hours. They studied for 13, 14 years, and people used to come back there. And he had a small Gurukula system, Gurukula in his home. No money. Some Sethji used to fund them if they had money. Some days they were going. They didn't have money to eat. They would go to temples and figure out how to get food. That when I saw this, I studied there also for 13 years. Means I went here and there, a couple of months there. I used to study and all those things. I found this people are not supporting. Nobody supported this. Don't we have money? Yes, we have money. We are not directing it properly. Even there are trusts in India like TVS Charities and all. We are not asking the right people. We are not putting together because you need a manager to manage the in-between guy who can connect the money, activity managers and other things to help out these people. It's not there. So when I saw this person live for such a long time, for 98 years, all of us decided that we need to do something to create Gurukulas. That was our guidance given by this great person. And he also said, have open minded inquiry, go beyond tradition. Don't study only Visistadvaita, study Advaita, the Dvaita, Jainism, Buddhism, everything. Truth seeking is the main thing. That means only when you study everything, you will get an overall understanding of stuff. And that's how we would like to design our Vedanta education, where openly anybody can ask any question and people should be able to find the answers to the question. That's the idea. Now, money wise, what are we looking at? Past 2 years, luckily, a couple of rich people and some public people who just from my classes and other things, Sribhashyam class from Alvar Swami, who's helped us do all those things. He's been uploading about 460 lectures on Sribhashya today, as of today. A great scholar, my classmate, my teacher in the KSV student, under KSV. He helped us to get here. And for past 2 lakhs, we have raised, past 2 years, we have raised 15 lakhs, that is $18,000 a year, and somehow maintain 2 institutions now. Next year, when K. Devananda Swami comes, he may probably bring 1 or 2 Gurukulams. We need about 25 lakhs per year. That is about $30,000 per year from next year. And for every new Gurukulam we add, we may need 15 lakhs per year. So the teachers are being paid very less. The students are getting a small stipend. We give them computers and other support. So this is a very simple situation right now. What we have. What we need is every Sri Vaishnava's participation, just not participation from 1 or 2 families, right? It's just not the money. It's just that make sure it is of high quality. Why did Selayur and Madurantakam school did not stand up to the expectation of people? Because participation was not there. We need to ensure that. So we need everybody's participation somehow. We are trying to get to major foundations. A couple of people are talking about foundations in the US, one in East Coast, one in TVS Charities in India. We have not got there deeply. It may take 5-6 months for us to get them to agree to fund us. No idea yet. So we are now looking more for community participation at this point. And what we believe is sustained commitment, not one time, but we need for all future generations. And we should be proud and say that we kept up the word. We just did not shout in temples, Ramanuja divyagnya vardhatam abhivardatam, but we actually implemented it. We should feel that. That's the request and that's the idea. Swami Ravi Narasimhan, he is helping us a lot. Hope I have said something. Tell me if I did anything wrong, and you can add what you want. You can unmute and talk
Thank you, Swami.
before
Thank
we
you.
open up for question answers.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Couple of things, Swami. The cause is very noble that we need to really sustain the Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, especially the bedrock of Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam is the Vedanta principles. But, I know you called out specific institution. They have all contributed a lot. And a lot of doyens of Sampradayas have come out of that. Viliyula Maheshingar has come out of Mudanandam Pathshala and other places. So, but to your point, right, we still, it's a sustained effort. we need to do it in a sustained effort, not to call them out saying that whether they have done right or not. They have done fantastic. But we need, now, given that there is a global presence of all the Sri Vaishnavas, unlike in 1940s when those institutions were organized, people were in and around the famous villages of Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. But now they are spread across the world, as you pointed out. We have to bring them together. While monetary is an important aspect, but more than monetary, active participation and contribution by your time, and you yourself will learn a lot in the process, right? That's what I think we are looking for. We're looking for a lot of volunteers. Like what Swamin pointed out, we do not know what exactly the Veda says, and a lot of points in our life which we don't know. And unless otherwise we preserve that, and even the Western philosophers have accepted Ramanuja Sampradayam, Ramanuja philosophy is the closest to the Brahman, not the other philosophies. So, and even some Sri Vaishnava Advaita Acharyas, I don't want to name them, they've themselves accepted that, following Sri Vaishnava, Ramanuja's Acharya's philosophy, that has helped them tremendously improve in spirituality too. So, having said that, the people who are on the call, what I think Krishna Swamin is looking for is active participation and volunteering to coordinate the classes and then arrange the classes, help Devana Kanimbakam Swamin and other key people in the Sampradayas, because we want their time to be spent qualitatively on the people who are going to take the classes, so that all the admin activities related to them can be helped out by us. So just wanted to add a few words, Swamin. I'm done.
Definitely. One small point I want to add is computer help. That is storing the lecture somewhere, uploading it, and making a database out of it, or even creating a design of a cloud-based system or a software system where it automatically, or a MOOC system or something, which will store all this thing forever so that it's not lost. That's important. Now we are open for question answers. Please go ahead. Tell your name and then we can start.
Namaskara, sir. This is Govind. Nice to hear your view on Sri Vaishnavism and Visistadvaita. I have one or two questions. So, this trust, Satyanveshana, so there are, I'm to introduce myself, I'm in the Bay Area from 99, and in 2000, one or two till around 10 or something, I was very active in the DP Sandai and all the Livermore and various Sri Vaishnava groups. And we started one organization called Bharati Tamil Sangam. I was a few of our Goshti people, we started it to do some of our religious activities and get some support help. One question is Satyanveshana, and one thing is, there is one thing Vedics with the organization with whom we do a few activities. So I have one question about Satyanveshana. So the much of it, is it learning on the Vaishnava literature and reciting, or taking care of logistics issues like temple upkeep or priest upkeep or something like that?
No,
Because
this,
in
no,
both.
no. This is nothing to do with temples.
Okay,
We
so it's
are
just.
going to only support education only. This is an educational institution to provide, to build education in Vedanta, Visistadvaita Vedanta mainly, but that also
Hmm,
involves other Vedantas like Advaita, because without understanding Advaita and other Vedantas, you cannot understand Visistadvaita Vedanta properly. And
hmm,
to create teachers, provide coursework, so that initially a small number of gurukulams will be set up, and later on a public online Vedanta research institute and institution would be set up, which will
hmm.
teach anybody anywhere. Online
Yeah,
courses.
and another question I have is, are we is this group or the scope is like to analyze the South Indian Vaishnavism, where we have mainly like Ramanujacharya and stuff like that? Are we also involving other type of Vaishnavism, like Vaishnavism which is in Bengal and some areas in North India? Or like after
Believe
the
me.
recent.
Okay, we are only Sri Vaishnava at this point. Ramanujacharya philosophy only, Ramanujacharya system only. The reason is this: ISKCON
Mhm.
is very well organized. They don't need our help.
Uh-huh.
They will not even take your help
Yeah.
or my help or anybody's help. They are
Okay.
very good in their institutions, very well organized.
Okay.
So none of that. We only will
Yeah, yeah.
focus
I'm
on
not.
where it.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to name some specific organization. We are working with some organizations in Bengal and some also in North India. After the Sri Ram Pran Pratishtha, there is a lot of people from North India and Bengal. They are actively interested in supporting, and if there's a way we can
See,
we can
we
have a
can why don't you and I talk about it separately, because that way I will give time for other people, because we have only 20 minutes. I
yeah,
can
yeah,
go for 25, 30 minutes, doesn't matter. Why don't I
yeah,
know
yeah.
you very well, so why don't I talk to you separately?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So we are mainly focusing on the literature part, logistics part, like the temple
You are
upkeep,
not you are
that,
not very
because that is
audible.
something.
You are not very audible. Please speak right to the speaker,
Well,
please.
it is hard
Is
to
it
hear
better
him.
now?
Let
Yeah.
us move to the questions, or he can type it. That would be the
Yeah,
easiest
please
way.
type your
It is very
questions.
hard
I
to
will come
hear
back to your questions
questions.
later, but please type it.
Krishnaji, my question
Thank you
would
very much.
be
That's a nice.
from my side. The question would be: this is a very focused area of study that you are doing, Visistadvaita. There are already universities like HUA, which you know very well, which are doing nationally, internationally. Uh, why not make it as an extension rather than duplicate and start a totally new stuff? And especially when you are focused in one area, why make it as a university level? In a sense, education
See,
can be given,
okay.
but is it necessary? Because university requires a lot more hoopla than a day-to-day stuff there.
Pankajji, it's a very good question. See, eventually we may be able to do that. I'm not against it or anything like that. See, but today I know Kalyan Vishwanathan. I was a teacher at HUA
I
for a
know,
couple of
I
years,
know, I know.
right? So they are not set up to do this right now. To be honest with you, their whole system works in a different way, catering to the American public, and at a low level they cannot handle courses. See, for example, Alvar, I introduced Dr. Alvar, my own teacher and friend, to teach
I,
at
I,
HUA.
I understand what you're saying. I
When
understand
Alvar
what you're
taught,
suggesting.
Alvar
Makes
taught,
sense.
only three
And
students did not register for his class because it's too high level.
I understand. Makes
As
sense.
I told you earlier,
Understandable. Yes, you
see,
mentioned it
I tried
already.
to
So,
learn under
well, I mean, the
Swaminarayan
idea
Swami.
is
He kicked me out of the class because he said I'm low standard. So what it is,
understandable.
they are going at a very high standard and they need focus, and the
Yeah,
HUA cannot provide it.
understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very focused study. That makes sense.
yeah. And I think most teachers are in India right now for this. There hardly anybody in US can teach at that level.
Got your point.
Yeah,
Understandable.
that is
Makes sense.
they speak in Sanskrit, by the way. In the whole class, they don't teach in any other
Any other
local
language?
language. So the student
Understandable.
should be minimum
Understandable.
speaking Sanskrit level.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Wish you best. I hope things go well, and I'm with you. Whatever you need to do,
Thank you, Pankajji. Thanks
I'll
a
be in
lot.
touch.
I will come and see you
Most
sometime.
welcome. Sure.
Yeah,
Talk to you. Bye
sure.
bye. I'll take a leave, but yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Next, any other question? Be open, be clear, unmute yourself and ask any question. I want your participation, however, right? We want your participation.
Swamin, at some point of time, we need to get K. Devanathan Swamin to come and give a
talk.
introduction of the Vedanta from his perspective, what he's planning to cover.
Planning, exactly. We should do it.
That'll really help.
Yeah,
everyone.
we should do it. He will be available after December. That's what he told me. So when I go back, I will meet him. I'll try to meet him when I go back. In December first week, I'm trying to go there and check out. Hopefully, we'll figure out, and he will come on the online too, if need be, to guide us and say what he's planning and things like that. Yes.
Got it. Got it.
So how do we go take this further? Is my question, and please think about it. This is going to affect
Krishna,
everybody.
you want me to wait for my turn to
Yeah,
talk?
please. Yeah, please wait, because this I have the other people didn't have any turn. Please wait.
Yeah. Well, if you call, I will unmute.
You know, I think better to have one-on-one discussion with you, because you're a deep guy. I will talk to you separately.
Okay, that should be fine.
Perfect. What we require is also access to trust funds, large donors. Pankaj told me that he has some friends who are trust donors. He's in North Carolina. I might go meet him and to see if he can connect me with some trust funds, which are larger donors and things like that. Anybody who has connections it will be great to understand and how to really get close with them and see if they want to trust our fund our projects. This is becoming more like a monologue. Kindly,
No,
if you
Swami,
don't have any.
we could hear. But I don't think others might have any questions. But
Okay.
I think the message what you are clearly asking for all of us is, I know you have asked for a financial support, but more than financial support, if people have skills and time, that's also extremely important for us to manage, because there are a lot of volunteering activity, and this is a pan organization, global organization, which operates across multiple countries, and any help in India or as well as in US would be that will be much appreciated.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll just check the chat. There's nothing really. Could you please share the recording? I have a conflict with the lecture. Fine. I'm going to share the recording. So, okay, if there are no other questions, we can stop here, I guess. Okay?
Sure, sir.
अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः, श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः।